everybody, welcome to Time in the Kitchen. So today we're going to be making a creamy tomato sauce for some ravioli pasta. Now, I'm going to teach you a trick real quick about ravioli pasta. I don't think it's worth the effort to make it from scratch. Maybe that's just because I don't know how to make it really good from scratch. So I just bought frozen ravioli and we're heating it up now. You boil it till it's done, which is like soft, I guess. I don't know, just when it's done. But to put over that, we are making a creamy tomato sauce. Now, creamy tomato sauce can be like the easiest thing in the world. I don't buy a lot of spaghetti sauce. If you'd like have a big family or you just like to have a lot of sauce around, just buy one of the big cans of Hunt's or other brands of spaghetti sauce and use that. I, however, don't eat that much, so I buy the little cans of tomato sauce and I heat it up myself. And I add my own seasonings, and it's pretty great. Because then I make single serve. And it really is so easy. So as you can see, I dumped in my tomato sauce, just from a can. I'm going to add some seasonings. If you have just Italian seasonings, use that to season it if you like those. Because you can buy a little thing of Italian seasoning. I'm adding onion powder, garlic powder, a little bit of lemon pepper for fun, and basil. Because I love basil. In fact, I'm going to throw in some fresh and dried basil. Because why not? And then after you get that, we're going to add cream. And that's more than I wanted. And it's going to be great. So just doing that. Mix it in. Let it heat up. Stir my noodles a little bit. As I make a mess, because I'm prone to do that, ask my roommate. But I always clean up my messes, or I try to. So, fresh basil plants, if you can afford to keep one around, they're fantastic if you like basil. Because I bought this plant for $4, and I've had it for about 8 months. And so whenever I need fresh basil, I don't have to go buy that little package that costs like $5 by itself. And I have fresh basil at my disposal. You do have to remember to water it. I'm going to tell you that. Shocker how that works. And you do have to remember, if you live in the more northern parts of the world, don't leave it in your windowsill when it's 0 degrees outside. It gets really cold and starts trying to die on you. Put it on your kitchen table and just open the blinds so it gets sunlight. Alright, that should probably be good. You literally just tear it up and throw it in. It's fantastic. Plus fresh basil just goes so great in so many things. You can throw in other pastas. Someday I'll teach you guys how to make this, but I've got this fantastic grilled cheese recipe that's mozzarella, basil, and tomato. Then you put a little bit of balsamic vinegar with it. Oh, it's delicious. Alright, so we throw our basil leaves in. Then we do what we always do. We see if we like how much seasoning is in there. Probably shouldn't just stick your finger in something that's been in a hot pan, but I'm not the sharpest crayon in the tool shed. A little more basil. Alright, so we've got our seasoning about our sauce where we like it. Now what's great about this too, this thing takes 5 minutes to make. Maybe. I mean, my pasta is going to take longer to cook than my sauce. Because with the tomato sauce, you're essentially seasoning it and heating it up. Beautiful. So now we're going to add the creamy part. I've just got some half and half cream. I prefer to use whipping cream or even heavy whipping cream, but I know a lot more people are likely to have half and half around the house than whipping cream or heavy whipping cream. And it works too. Stop splashing everywhere. I don't want to clean that later. So I lightly shake it just enough that if it separated a little bit, because sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Or maybe it's just a habit I got into. And we just add some cream. Add a little bit. We stir it. And I can't give you an exact measurement because, again, I'm used to using a heavier cream. And a heavier cream I need less of. At least I hope that's what works. Always watch where you're doing things. So we add a little more. We stir a little more. And this is just what's going to make it creamy for us. So that's why I'm saying if you have like a pre-made sauce you like, it like comes in a bottle or a can, and you don't want to make, and you don't mind making a bigger portion, dump that in, dump in some cream, heat it up. Boom. Because I know a lot of people really like creamy things. Now the trick with making creamy stuff, be careful about letting it boil too long or something like that, because you wouldn't want it to curdle. Because, I mean, it won't kill you, but it sure doesn't taste very good. I think these are, yep, they're definitely almost there. Spend enough time in the kitchen, you get burned. That's just welcome to life. Alright, so now we've got our sauce nice and creamy. If you want it a little bit creamier, add more cream. Pretty simple. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to drain our ravioli. Here's the trick. I know a lot of people who don't have strainers. I do, but I'm going to show you what I do because I'm too lazy to clean 2 dishes. I take my spoon, hold it here, hold your hand way back here so you don't accidentally dump boiling water in your hands, because that doesn't feel good. And I just try to hold it back. Now this doesn't work for everything. When you're lazy like me, you get really good at it. No. It's at the end where you gotta be careful. Yeah, but I think that's pretty well, yeah. Alright. So then we come over here, and I totally forgot to get a dish out. Now with something like this, you can either put it on a plate, and then have your sides on the side, so like garlic bread or just toast even, which is really good. And a vegetable of some kind, buy frozen vegetables, heat some of those up real quick. Or you can just put it in a bowl like I'm about to. Which I usually mean to get out, and I completely forgot. So you just... Now this is a cheese ravioli, so I'm not going to even bother putting cheese on top of it. I mean, if you really like cheese, do it. Put cheese on top. Why not? I know there's going to be people, because it's not that healthy for you. It's not that unhealthy though either. There's something to be said to having good food. So then you just put it on top of there. As much sauce as you like. And we have a simple creamy tomato sauce that you can put over your pasta. Hope you guys enjoy, and I'll catch you next time in the kitchen.